Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to Fat Cat Collections. Today I'll be doing another Invicta watch review. And today is one that it's one of my favorite Invicta watches in my collection. I already own this one in the all stainless steel version, all silver with a black face, and been waiting patiently for them to come out with a couple different executions on this one. You guys who watch my channel, who subscribe, all 4,000 of you, thank you. You guys know I'm a huge Invicta fan, and I'm really into gold Invicta watches. Not to say I don't have many silver ones as well, but gold seems to be like just my absolute favorite color, specifically the two-tone yellow and rose gold. But there's not a lot of watches that are made in that color. However, this watch is the biggest watch that Invicta makes. And what I'm going to show you today is a new execution of this particular watch. They started off doing 4 executions on this watch. I picked up the silver and black, and now they came out with the gold version. Now, in my opinion, this is the Mac Daddy of all Invicta watches. It's the largest one they make, and this in the gold is just in your face. And this is just matches my personality. I love huge, gigantic watches, and this one is just absolutely one of my favorite ones. I waited for the price to become right, and the price has skyrocketed on again, so if you want to get this, you're going to be paying for it. But this one here is the Sea Hunter. Now, this one I've referred to as a Sea Hunter III, and a lot of you, if you go searching for this through my links on eBay, will see it referred to as a Sea Hunter III. When they redesigned this watch, they actually changed the bezel and they added a crown protector on it. So this watch is the full-size version. It's the same full-size version as your standard Sea Hunter, with the exception of the bezel, a redesigned multi-step face, and of course, there's 4 new executions on this one here. So we'll refer to it as the Sea Hunter III. Other places will refer to it as the Sea Hunter Generation 2, which is a little confusing because when they came out with the original Sea Hunter, you had the mid-size, then you had the full-size, and then of course they came out with a Generation 2 prior to this one here. And that one was, you know, it was more, looked to me like a cheaper version of it. And then, of course, they came out with this, and they just called it the Sea Hunter. So I named it Sea Hunter 3, and that's where, if you see that on the internet, I'm the one who came up with that name for it. Just the 3, because technically it is the 3rd variation of the Sea Hunter. But they refer to it as Generation 2, so it is a little confusing. Invicta always is a little confusing with their names, and sometimes they do the Grand Arsenal, you'll hear it called the Grand Octane, then the Coalition Octane, so it does get a little confusing. So always the best way to find out what what the watch is. They all have model numbers, of course. So this one here is done in the all gold version. So I'm going to show you a couple close-ups, tell you a little bit about it, and then of course, if you're new to my channel, what I pride myself on in my videos is showing you what the watch looks like on the wrist on a guy my size, my height, and my weight. It gives you a good idea of what it might look like on you, and maybe you'll make the purchase, of course. I love this watch. This is fantastic. This is, again, the biggest watch that Invicta makes, as far as diameter and of course as far as weight. However, as far as thickness, it's the second. I think it's the second biggest. The thickest one they make is the Hydromax. But if you're used to wearing a Hydromax and you like that big feel of a watch, this is just, it's a no-brainer. You got to get this in your collection. So what they've done is, this one originally was done in the all silver, okay? And what they've done, and I'll tell you the model number in a second here. What they've done basically is, it's the exact same watch as the original Sea Hunter, but they've added I believe they added the shark logo on the clasp. You still have mirror polishing down the center. All these are the same as far as the old version, the Sea Hunter 1 or the Sea Hunter 2, Generation 2 or 3 as we call it, or as I call it. So you have polishing down the middle. You have a satin finish on the rest of the watch, sides, case, everything. Even on the face, you have some polishing on your number markers and your hands, of course. And then, of course, you have the bezel is done in kind of a sandblast finish with a satin finish on the numbers. It is a rotating bezel. The size on this, they say, is 58 millimeter. It's 58 millimeters just at the bezel. However, if you take it all the way to the crown protector, which you should, I know you don't normally measure watches like that, but this watch is so big in that crown protector, it goes all the way to 70 millimeter, and it does wear like a 70 millimeter watch. So basically that stuff's kind of the same as far as your crown and pushers compared to the original one. Again, the only difference is they added the flip-out crown protector, very similar to the one on the Sub-Aqua Noma 3, I believe. And of course, your bezel is done with this geared edge bezel, which is just a great improvement over the original. I have one of the original Sea Hunter full-size, the original ones they came out with, and it's got a rubber ring around the bezel and no crown protector. And although it's a beautiful watch, they really did do something really special in redesigning that bezel, because I think it just cheapens the watch. And if you haven't seen my other video, check it out. It's my other Sea Hunter full size. It's done in silver and rose tone with a baby blue mother of pearl face. I love the watch, but because of that bezel, it just doesn't do it for me like this new redesigned version. So again, they came out with this one originally with a black face, same exact face, or very similar, I should say, with that multi-step design. I don't know if you can see it kind of steps down. Very similar to the original, to the first four they came out with. It was offered in black, red, blue, and yellow. I have the black one. Check out my video on that. If gold isn't your thing, then you can definitely get it in the silver. Then they came out with this model, and this is model number, let's see here, 22132. Again, that's Invicta 22132. Again, done in the all gold with the black face with gold accents. This is also offered in a, let's see here, they have it in a, if you like the two-tone look, which I really do, but I really wanted to get all gold in this particular one. They have this done in a silver and yellow tone, same face, but you have gold around the edge of the bezel and then silver on the face of the bezel. And then the band is gold down the middle with silver on the sides. Your crown pushers will be gold. The other execution on this one here is the exact same thing, except it's done in a blue face with a blue top portion of the bezel. And then the other execution is done with a, let's see here, and then that's in two-tone. Then the other one is this exact watch, same color, except the face and top of the bezel is blue. I opted for the yellow because I'm a gold fan, so this one, I'm really glad I got it. Came yesterday in the mail, and I have to tell you, it's one of my new favorites in the collection. So I'm just going to show you a couple close-ups here. There you have your band. Same as the original Sea Hunter. You can see the bezel, that geared edge, your crown and pushers and your crown protector. It does have a exhibition back with a furnace blue propeller. The propeller does not rotate. I get that question a lot. Now, as far as weight, this watch is well over a pound. Again, you're 58 millimeters at the bezel. I'd say 59 at the bezel, really, because it does kind of overhang the watch a teeny tiny bit. Then, of course, you have 70 millimeters all the way to the crown protector. As far as thickness, you're looking at 23 millimeters, I believe. Let me just double check that here. 23 millimeters in case thickness. You have your classic flame fusion crystal Invicta's known for. This is powered by a Swiss-made ISA 8371D quartz chronograph movement. It is a Swiss-made movement. And then, of course, what else you got here? 8 1/4 inches on band length. So if you're a big guy, there's plenty of room for you to wear this. Or if you have big wrists, 30 millimeters in band width. And then, of course, you have 990 feet of water resistance. Weight, they say, is 17 ounces. I know your standard Invicta Venom unsize is about 16 ounces. This is really heavier than 17 ounces. I mean, this is a heavy watch. And I have to tell you, if you're not used to wearing a watch like this, it's probably not something you should just go and just get. It is a heavy watch. It does kind of irritate your wrist a little bit, but it doesn't bother me enough where I don't want to wear it. It's you kind of get used to it. So there it is again. Show you the face. Gorgeous watch, folks. So now I'm going to go ahead and throw it on the wrist. This is what you guys love to see because it gives you an idea of what it's going to look like. Now I'm about 5'8" tall. I weigh about 160, 165 pounds, and I have a 7-inch wrist. So naturally, all these watches look really big on me. But it's very, I still consider it comfortable. The only thing, again, if you're not used to a heavy watch, it could be, it could cause you a little bit of a problem. I'm so used to wearing them that it doesn't bother me at all. So let me just show you what it looks like here. I'm going to get back a little so you can get an idea. And I always think, like I said, all my videos I'll show you what it looks like on the wrist. I think it's really important to see what it looks like on a, you can see it's a massive, massive timepiece. I mean, this thing dwarfs any other Invicta watch made. And there are some big Invicta watches. You can check out my other videos. You see, I mean, I love the product, guys. I love the product. Now, I was going to show you a side-by-side comparison, but there's so many videos I have to make. You can check out my other ones where I do the side-by-side comparison for size in the silver version, but I will be doing more comparisons of these watches, of this particular watch, and I have a list of videos I need to make that show you them side-by-side, wrist-to-wrist, give you an idea. Let's say you already own the Venom. It's hard to tell based on measurement. You'll see it side-by-side, so stay tuned for those videos as well. This is just my first introduction video and my quick review of this new watch in my collection. I'm going to get back just a little bit here. Massive timepiece. If you don't like attention, if you're not into that, when sometimes I get comments from folks that, that that, you know, very rarely, most people love Invicta watches. Invicta watches is very, very popular for a reason. People like them. They make so many different watches, and you do get a lot for your money. I do get the occasional comments from the watch snobs that say Invicta sucks and all this stuff, but you know what? And I've had one bad experience with an Invicta watch, and you know, it's funny that even though I mentioned in my video that it was the most inexpensive Invicta that I have, the back was, I think, cross-threaded at the factory. So it fogs up in the shower. It's not supposed to. I opted just to keep it because I don't really wear these watches in the shower, wear them to swim. But, you know, again, use common sense, use your brain. You can get a bad one. And you know what? Invicta is really good. If you buy it from, you know, eBay through my links, I always recommend doing it through eBay because the return policy, if you have a defective watch, you don't have to pay for return shipping. You automatically go in there, you select the issue, and these reputable sellers that I recommend to you guys will automatically give you a label. You can print it home, throw it in the box, and you can get it exchanged or get a refund. eBay monitors the whole process through PayPal as well, and it's just a really safe way and a really easy way to buy these watches. So yes, you can have good luck and bad luck. You know, people, like I said, the watch snobs, Invicta sucks. Well, you know what? Again, like, you know, they want to compare it to a $6,000 Rolex. You can't compare it. This watch, I got this watch for $400, and guys, it's worth every penny of $400. Now, right now, the price has jumped on it. I'm sorry, $350 I got it for. Now, the price has jumped on it. It's up to $535. There's one on eBay I saw for $700. They're hard to get. They sell out really quick, especially these new models. So just depends on, you know, how bad you want these things. But definitely check the link in the description to take you to my website, Fat Cat Watches, where I have real-time listings where you can pick this stuff up. And remember, guys, if you do like the channel, 4,000 people like the channel and appreciate the videos. Remember, find me on Facebook, Fat Cat Watches. Everybody's always putting up daily wrist shots. It's kind of a lot of fun for anybody who really likes watches. It's not just for Invicta. You can put whatever watch you want on there. It's totally fine. But again, negativity will not be tolerated. And guys, if you leave some of the folks, you know, the watch snobs who, you know, say, you know, rotten things, and it's amazing for the 66,000 views I get every month. You know, very few people say anything. So that kind of says, you know, kind of speaks for itself for the Invicta quality. Most people are, and you can look at my comments, most people are always saying good things about them. So definitely let me put this up here so you don't get tired of me talking. You can take a peek at that again there. Like I said, you can have good luck and bad luck with anything. I think you're not going to, if you go into Macy's, try to find a watch for, let's say, $350 where you actually are going to get a watch that looks like this. I mean, you're going to go, like, you go to Macy's, you're going to get a diesel watch for that, which is fine, but, you know, nobody ever talks crap about the diesel watches, which I find really interesting because when you compare them side by side in weight, I mean, there's just no comparison. Invicta just makes a superior product, and there's so many different models and price points for everybody. I picked my girlfriend up one. I mean, she loves it, you know, so they just make something for everybody. Price points all the way down from like $50 all the way up to, you know, like $3,000. So again, some of the watches for $3,000 have precious stones. I would never spend that on an Invicta watch personally. I like to keep it within $350. That's kind of my max budget on what I can rationalize spending on a watch. But you get a lot of bang for your buck. And guys, if you're questioning the quality, I've had my Invictas for over 2 years, and I've never had any issues with them working properly. I've never had any issues with them. Again, the only one was the fogging up, and that was because the back is cross-threaded. You know what I mean? So I should have sent it back, got a replacement. I just didn't feel like doing it. It was a $100 watch. It didn't really bother me. So remember, guys, if you have anything positive to say, definitely drop a comment. Remember also, when you click the links in the description, anytime that you guys make an eBay purchase, okay, whether it's a watch or not, if you like the videos and you would like to support the channel, click through, you know, those links. It takes you right to my website, Fat Cat Watches, and it'll take you to eBay, basically, where I've generated real-time listings of the watches that you're looking at. So you want to get this watch, click the link. It'll take you to the real-time listing, if it's available, of course. And when you do make a purchase, it does help to support the channel. So thank you very much for watching. I'll keep making those videos for you guys. And as always, have a wonderful day.